It's on.
Good afternoon. All right, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the Ultimate Warrior competition. The Ultimate Warrior competition is basically what is going to separate you among your peers within the Army. So this competition is Army-wide, not only here in Fort Lee, but it also affects everybody towards the whole Army. And toward the end of this competition, you get your title as Soldier of the Year. So who here wants to be Soldier of the Year? The raise my hand. So that's something that's very big in the Army. This program is conducted by the Sergeant Major of the Army. So if you hold the title Soldier of the Year, you're pretty much set in your career. It's a stepping stone that you have. That there's no guarantees in the military because you just have to make up the ranks, but that will pretty much set you away from everybody else. We get ahead of everybody else during the competition. So we talk about a sequence of events that's going to happen within this competition. Day one. Obviously, the APFT, the Army Physical Fitness Test. If you score at 300, you're pretty much in. But within that competition, there should be nobody that scored below a 300. So everything you're going to compete against, they will score 300. So I did it 3 years ago. 2 years ago I did it. And I was one of the ones that didn't get 300, obviously. But everybody else got a 300. And within that day one as well, you're going to do a M40 qualification. You'll have 18 rounds to 0, and you have one-time qualification. Then you must shoot an expert, preferably a 40 out of 40. I shot a 40 out of 40. It's my previous infantry experience. Weapons is pretty much my specialty. On that same day, you can do a day-night land nav. When you do your day and night land navigation, you have 3 hours to complete 5 points. And you have to run to these points because you're going to be timed. So you can walk the points and get your points and get the right amount of score, but then they're going to time you. They're going to see somebody else. They're going to be in within an hour and a half or an hour and 40 minutes. And if you take a full 3 hours, you will still get the full points, but you can't get no bonus points. All right. Transitioning to day two. The day two, you'll conduct all war task and battle drill by yourself without nobody teaching you. So all those war task and battle drill, you have to pretty much go to the lane and conduct each one of them, like NBC, PMCS of a vehicle, changing a tire, doing a medical event, a first aid event, setting up a radio communication system, doing a target acquisition. So some of the things that you might remember in basic training that you do on war task and battle drill. And within that day, you're also going to have a mystery event. When I went, the mystery event was setting up a military uniform using someone else's ERB. So you'll have an enlisted record brief coming from a different person. They'll give that record to you, and you have to set up the ribbons, the awards and decoration, the cords, and everything else within the uniform according to time and the right way from left to right, in sequence to the highest award to the lowest award. So who here would tell me what's the highest award that we can receive in the United States Army, or in the military in general?
The Medal of Honor.
The Medal of Honor. So the Medal of Honor. So they don't have nobody with the Medal of Honor, obviously, in that uniform. So the highest award they had was a Bronze Star, all the way on down to the Overseas Training Ribbon and the NATO ribbon. All right, transitioning to day three, you're going to conduct a 12-mile road march consisting of 60 pounds of gear and full gear, full battle rattle, with your helmet, weapon. You have to complete that within 3 hours. So you have 3 hours to finish it. There's no water points. There's no stopping points. You have to do straight through in 3 hours. All right, and we're going to go ahead and transition to day four. Day four, you're going to go into a military board presentation. Have you heard of the board before? You guys have the military board? So when you go to this board, guess who the board president is going to be? Anybody take a guess?
Sergeant Major.
The Sergeant Major of the Army. So the Sergeant Major of the Army is kind of intimidating, right? The highest ranking enlisted person in the Army is giving you all these questions that you need to know within this board. And they average about 40 questions. They ask you about 40 questions. In your uniform, they make you a drill and ceremony. Do your left face, right face in uniform. All right, and all of those are in accordance with the Army study guide and all the ADPs within the military.
All right, you're good.
And on the last day, it will be the announcement of the winners and the award ceremony. So that being said, let's go back from the beginning, right? Who here again still wants to be the Soldier of the Year and be part of the Ultimate Warrior competition? Still a pretty good percentage, right? That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George.
Sergeant